Greetings and salutations. We return as Aiden has released something that does not belong. Giant frogs have appeared, hopping out from behind a containment door, and something even bigger stomps after it. Yuki and Chifros, give us a intelligence roll, please.
Okay. Oop, that one cocked.
20. Amazingly.
19.
You both know what this giant monstrosity is, to the point you even remember the taste of frog jerky. That thing, though bigger and meaner looking, is a frogger. The last time you saw one of them, Snark had somehow brought it back from Chilt and demolished a small section of the guild with it. Chifos, you were so sick of jerking the meat.
We had to spend the weeks with the dehydrators.
Everyone was so sick of the taste of frog meat.
Do you want to know how many different ways we tried to change the meat up? Cotton candy was probably worst idea.
Ooh.
Having flashbacks to Catch 22.
Huh. Roll initiative, folks.
Well.
Oh, before combat actually starts, the bit that everyone wants. The frog-off looms over Aiden. Pretty much like that scene out of Alien 3, where that pillock just has released the alien. He's just got his hands hauled up, proud of what he's done. And suddenly, the frog-off unleashes its tongue, wraps it around him, and swallows the idiot. And Sir Robin and everyone rejoiced.
Yippee!
We have to get Aiden out of there because otherwise the might get sued.
Why would the guild get sued for something that did not happen at the guild?
We were hired to protect him from his own idiocy.
We were not hired to protect him. We were hired to free the animals.
Free the animals, talk to the animals, release the animals, not get eaten.
I would say is if he lives, he has learned important lesson. If not,
Okay, Suino, you up first.
Let's see here. Well, I can do the basic thing. Go up to the Froggoth and booming blade time. My dice hate me today. That is a 15 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, so that will do. Let me check real quick. That'll be 25 damage.
Moment.
And I do get another attack from that.
But first, you get the either good news or bad news.
What's the good news?
Aiden hits the floor covered in toad mucus.
Okay, that's debatably good news.
Yeah.
Well, that's disgusting.
And your second attack?
Alrighty, that is definitely, that is 21, so that's definitely enough to hit.
Oh, yes.
12. 17. 17 damage.
Okie dokie. It's, you are slashing at his stomach, and it's bellowing out in pain and rage.
I was about to scream a lot more.
Speaking of which, ominous. You go.
Mind whip time, baby.
Oh no.
Also, if the frog willingly moves from me, he takes more damage, but that's a whole other thing.
The frog, he must succeed an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no.
You must beat a 16.
If it went by the dice, he would have passed. But it's got -4 to his intelligence.
Uh-huh. All right. Let's roll damage. That's 14 damage. And on its turn, it can only get a move, an action, or a bonus action. And it also can't use any reactions.
Well, that sucks, sir. You can see, you notice if his blood or mucus started to drip out its nose. Which is quite a sight because that's a big nose.
Mm.
And I can still use that 2 more times.
Oh no. Chifros, what are you gonna do?
Okay. No, I mean, I have the standard thing I could do, but I think that's getting boring at this point. So instead, we are going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter and make this thing make a wisdom saving throw against a 17.
Wisdom. Okay.
I love bullying frogs.
It passes.
Aww. In that case, Shifross is going to burn a dose of Bardic Inspiration and give Francine the bardic inspiration.
Okay.
And next up is Francine.
Well,
Also running as far away as he can at this point and trying to put distance between him and the big thing that he doesn't want to make more jerky.
let me see here. Okay. So I'm gonna keep it simple. Rage, and then she's gonna swing at this thing with her Dawnbringer. Let's see. Does a 15 hit?
That's a hit.
Okay. Let's see here. See. I think that's 8 damage.
Okie dokie.
Oh wait, 10 because there's because the head is active, so I get a +2 bonus to attack.
Yep. Francine never turns off the weapon.
Nope.
And the second attack.
Okay. Whoops. $14.
That's a hit.
All right. Another 10 damage.
The beastie is looking angry, pissed off, but not too badly hit. Okay, let's see. Oh, my apologies. It's over Ominous. Ominous! What are you doing?
I thought Audius already went.
Has he?
Yeah.
He did the mind whip spell earlier.
Yes. I'm losing track of things again.
You gotta whip it good.
So it's Yuki's turn.
Okay.
Is she haunted by the memories of a taste of frog jerky and exploding toads?
Nah, she didn't mind the frog jerky too much. All right. First off, bardic inspiration towards Cyrano. And let's see if I can find my. There it is. Magic missile.
Okay. What's the damage?
Let's see. Well, the 4 is on the top, so I'm assuming it's that one. So 5 damage
Per bolt.
per bolt. Okay.
And how many bolts is that?
Let's see.
Your basic dose of magic missile usually comes with 3 bolts that fire out.
Okay. So probably be 3.
And the damage for the other 2?
Let's see. That'd be a 1 and a 3, it looks like.
So if you rolled that, that'd be 5, 2, and 4.
Okay.
He gets die 4 plus 1.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Yuki doing anything else now?
I think that was all I could do between the Bardic Inspiration and that, so.
Still got movement.
Oh, I guess she'll back up as far away from the, she'll back up closer to Cyrano, I guess.
Also, going to let anyone else who didn't use movement in this turn, because forgot to ask, anyone else doing some movement or?
Run away.
Are we moving the full distance of the 30 foot?
Yes.
Okay, we move to the Elder Frogup's turn. It shall make a bite attack upon Cyrano. Does 30 hit?
30? It does.
Okay, take 23 damage, piercing damage.
Okay.
And say hello to the scent of the beast. You have been swallowed. You are now.
That's not good. I stand corrected. This is very good.
You are now blind and restrained.
But it still doesn't mean he can't attack.
Yeah, and it's his turn next.
So I am inside the frog, correct?
I'm not done yet.
Beans. 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 Beans.
Yuki has the beans.
Yeah.
The Froguf moves forward just enough to put him in range of 20 foot of, say, of Chifos and Yuki. Next comes one tentacle attack against Chifos for 26 to hit.
I mean, Shifrost's armor class is pathetic.
Okay, you take 20 damage.
But can he see me?
Make me stealth roll.
That would be a 23 for stealth.
He does not attack Chifos. Instead, he goes for Francine and re-rolling the attack.
Okay.
That's a natural crit.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
So Francine takes 20 damage, bludgeoning.
Okay.
All the
And,
times for me to have the other character. Damn it.
and starts her down that path of discovery, that thing we discussed that we're not going to bring into the game itself, and has been grappled.
Okay.
The second tentacle attack comes for Yuki.
Okay.
For 31 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
That's 20 damage. We're going to only using the average.
All right.
And C2 has been grappled.
Okay. This is gross.
For those who have been grappled by the tentacle attacks on your turn, you need to make a DC 20. It doesn't explain which, but I'm going to say agility. And it can now make a tongue attack. Actually, it's not even an attack, it's just an ability. Ominous! Make me a strength saving roll, please.
Oh, God. Why are you giving me the one thing I'm not good at?
Because Shift Ross is invisible.
Joyous day.
Just
That's a
remember,
6.
just remember the bardic inspiration that Shifross has given does have the little extra benefit.
It go boom.
Well, no, it just depends on what you use it for.
Oh, just a reminder, after the Elder Sfoggoff is done, you still got the 3 giant frogs. So, Ominous, you are not restrained, but you yanked 5 foot closer to the Froggoff. Oh, my correction, you're yanked 5 feet of the Froggoff.
So where's that put me?
Looking up a very wounded and giant frog. You're basically right.
Mind whip. Again.
It's not your turn yet.
It's not your turn.
Oh, I thought it was.
Speaking of turns, the first giant frog makes their attack.
Oh no.
Hey, Ominous, you look tasty. First frog moves to bite you.
Yippee.
At 8 to hit, I don't think he's going to hit you.
Nope.
The second frog moves to bite you. And I don't suppose 10 hits you.
Still does not.
The third frog pushes the other 2 to the side, tells them, this is how we do it. Tries to bite you. Ends up biting its own tongue and just looks around sheepishly.
Man, you guys suck at this.
Okay, Cyrano. Ruin my plans.
I'm going to preface this by saying I am going to need the vat after this. But it's going to be really funny. First thing I'm doing, time to crack open the bottomless tankard.
Oh no.
Yeah, and dump. Pouring so much delicious high alcohol beer inside the frog, because I am inside of the frog.
I would say, if nothing else, you're at least getting the frog really goddamn drunk.
Yippee.
Oh, you have not gotten to part 2 of my plan.
I know we haven't, but at least for part 1, we've got Drunk Frog now, who is going to suffer all sorts of save problems very soon.
All right. I do have to go. So, Omnius gets eaten by a frog. Someone go save him.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
Later.
Bye.
And because I am inside of the frog, I am assuming it cannot deftly dodge things.
Just get over the flame hand.
Burning hands! And I am casting that at 3rd level. No, wait, let's see here. Sorry, 2nd level.
Give us the damage that a fireball at cast at 3rd level at 2 levels higher would do.
Because my dice hate me, 14. There were numerous ones in there.
So you rolled 10 die 6.
Oh, wait. It's 10 die 6? Okay.
Well, it's 8 die 6 normally, but he said one that was upcast 2 levels.
Yes.
Okay.
So you get an extra die 6 for each level you upcast.
Okay.
So you get 10 die 6 there.
Okay, I need to roll a couple more d6.
Yeah, yes, that's what makes this actually worth it.
6. Okay, so I rolled like another 26 damage.
So how much is that in total?
40.
40.
Now, because you're in the vicinity, you also take that 40 damage.
That was part of the plan, I think.
It was, but there's something funny I hope happens as a result of this.
Do you know what's so funny? You expect that basically that accumulated fireball to do a lot more damage that actually happens. There's some scarring going on inside, but for something that did 40 points of fire damage, yeah, it should have done a lot more.
I was really hoping the frog would explode, and that either Cyrano would also explode, or Cyrano gets comically launched.
Yeah, the Frog of Elder is unpleasant and also upscaled a bit. I needed to make this thing worth a pint.
It has the worst case of indigestion it has ever had.
For those on the outside, you can see the smoke rising from his mouth and he just... Bleh.
But that doesn't do enough damage to make it throw up Cyrano, though, huh?
Nope. Okay, that means I'm going to just close the inside of a frog. So the next one is
Chifros.
Chifros. My apologies, I am looking at my phone for initiative order. Because I got the stats for the frog, for the giant frog on my monitor.
Okay, that would be very bad. Oh, no. I'm going to need a DM ruling on something.
Okay.
Wall of Force.
Oh no.
Do you remember the writing for Wall of Force?
You trap it in a wall of simmering walls that you need to do a hell of a lot of damage for anything to break out of.
Nothing can. You can't break it short of the disintegrate spell.
Yeah.
No. That's not the part I'm thinking of. Okay?
Okay.
The part I'm thinking of, if the wall cuts through a creature's space when it appears, the creature is pushed to one side of the wall. Your choice which side.
Yes.
If I cast Wall of Force going right through the middle of this frog and Cyrano, I want to push them to opposite sides of the wall.
Is this a spell you need to be able to see the site of where you cast it?
Nope. An invisible wall of force springs into existence at a point you choose within range. The wall appears in any orientation you choose as a horizontal or vertical barrier at an angle. It can be free floating or resting on a solid surface. It can be made of 10 by 10 foot by 10 foot panels that all have to just touch each other, basically. But it doesn't say I have to. If it intersects something, I just get to choose which direction it goes on the wall.
Suddenly, the Fog of Elder turns into a fucking cube.
A cube?
Or whatever shape you put the Wall of Force into.
Oh, no, I didn't do that. I can't. I mean, it would still be a 10 by 10 cube. So I'm just saying I bisect the frog with the wall, make the frog go to one side to make Cyrano go to the other.
He's trying to surgery the frog.
I'm basically performing a cesarean section the really hard way.
Summon the Wall of Force in the frog to basically tear it in half.
Uh-huh. It basically just rips Cyrano out of it.
I am trying to figure how to do this. Cyrano, you see this Wall of Force. Well, you see this.
Well, you might see the shimmer.
You see the shimmer expand in the stomach of the frogger, hits you as you expand and presses you against the wall for 3 bludgeoning damage. Before moments later, you hear this horrific tearing sound. And the two halves, the frogger, just...
Well, it doesn't split the frog off in half. It just pushes the frog off out of the way. And in this case, straight down into the ground while Cyrano's on top of the wall.
We have agreed, yes, that the wall is in the frog.
Well, it starts out in the frog, but the way the spell works, it just pushes the frog one direction or the other. It can't actually bisect the frog.
Ah!
It goes through, and then whatever creatures are caught in the line, I have to choose which direction they go.
So, yeah, Cyrano takes the damage as he is dragged and ground against the interiors of the frog before he erupts out the mouth.
I live, bitches!
And you see the 3 eye stalks of the frog glaring at you.
From the other side of a wall of force that it can't actually penetrate unless it knows how to disintegrate things.
10 foot, did you say?
The wall is about 5 feet off the ground, but it's about 100 feet by 100 feet total.
It's 100 by 100. I'm sorry, you just heard it from me here because unless you have 100 by 100 cube.
Well, it's 10 by 10 panels.
It's 10 by 10.
One panel is 10 by 10, but it's connected to 9 other 10 by 10 panels.
I can still work with this. Francine, Chipos, you got anything else to do? Besides,
Give a dose of bardic inspiration to Cyrano now that I can see him.
so you're giving me a headache. Francine, go hit something.
The question is,
Eventually,
like,
nobody's going to let me play as Philcaster ever again.
well, the question is, now that the frog is in the wall of force, are Francine and Yuki still grappled?
Underneath. It's underneath. It's underneath the wall of force. I'll say that.
Oh, okay, she needs to make a strength DC save to break out of the grapple.
Okay.
Yeah, I just remembered that Francine and Yuki are grappled.
Okay, that's a 19.
Close, but no cigar, still grappled.
Okay, so I'm not sure I can do much then.
Just looking at grappled. Grappled, a creature's speed becomes 0 and cannot benefit from the bonus to his speed. The condition.
You can still absolutely attack while grappled.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It just means you can't move anywhere,
Yeah.
Okay.
basically.
Okay. Well, in that case, swinging away. That's a 19.
That's a hit.
Okay. That's a 12.
The whatever you strike, the tentacle, the body is kind of it shudders under the foot of the magical mace, but it's hurting.
Okay, second swing. 18.
That's a hit.
All right.
Wall of force, still funny for me.
9.
You miss with that attack.
Okay.
This is the second session in a row I've been in with Surat where he has done Wall of Force shenanigans.
Only the second?
In a row,
Yuki,
I think.
Yuki, it's putting a
Yep.
squeeze on you. Can you escape?
Well, we'll find out in a minute. Probably not. That's a 16.
You're still grappled.
Okay. There we go. Well, she's going to try and cut herself out with her rapier.
Okay.
Oop. That missed. Hang on. Ah, it's sliding off the desk today.
Frogs are slippy.
Oh, that was a 19.
That's a hit.
All right. Let's see. That is a. That's an 8 damage.
The rapier stabs deep, but the tentacle holds fast.
Okay. Don't think there's anything else I can do then.
Okay, it's time for the fuck off. It continues to glare at Cyrano and attacks with its foot. It basically can't attack with its price at the moment, so tentacle attack number 1. That is 25.
That is a hit.
It
It has a very long tentacle.
20 foot. Hits you for 20 bludgeoning damage. And you are grappled. Chiphos, when you cast Wall of Force, did it expose you or...
It shouldn't.
The second attack goes towards Cyrano. Oh, that hits for another 20 damage. It can't wrap this tentacle around you because it says it can't. Okay, frog number 1 is chewing on...
They were attempting to chew on Omnius.
Ominous, he said, is basically he's been eaten for a frog, so one of them is now currently chewing in on him and out of the action per se. The second frog is going to attack Francine
Okay.
with a bite
Okay.
and just gets poked with the business end of her mace. The third frog gets self poked in the eye with the mace handle. Cyrano, you're wrapped up. What are you going to do?
I take exception to being wrapped up. Okay, that is a 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
$23 damage.
The frog is not looking good. It has no long since been bloodied.
And then another attack. Ooh. That is a 15.
That's a hit.
$17 damage.
The frog is not looking good.
Next time, eat something less spicy, you frog bastard.
It says you're rather bland. Francine!
Actually, isn't Shifrost?
Oh, it's shit.
Francine and Shifrost tied on initiative.
I've been going for higher decks.
Which is likely, which I'm pretty sure is Shifrost.
Yeah.
So you said earlier this thing had a -4 intelligence modifier.
Yep.
Damn it. Okay. Means synaptic static probably can't actually affect it. So let's just do this. Actually, I need to pull that up so I know what saving throw this is going to need. Okay. So far enough down, so it doesn't actually hit Cyrano. You're going to hear some very loud ringing. Creature needs to make a Constitution saving throw against a 17.
Upscale disregard a con save for +10. Now watch me roll a 1. It was gonna pass even without the con bonus.
Okay, so it's still taking half damage. It just doesn't get the negative effects that normally goes with something like this. So let's see, that's 14, 20. It takes 10, what type of damage is Shatter?
Thunder.
Thunder. There it is. Yeah, thunder. 10 thunder damage. And let's see. Okay, Yuki gets a dose of Bardic Inspiration now.
Okay.
And that's Shifros's turn.
Now it's Francine's.
Okay. Attempt to grapple again. I could roll properly. That's a no. She's still grappled. Well, gonna try swinging again. 17.
That's a hit.
Okay. And you know what? I'll add the D8 for this one.
It's a D10
Oh, D10. Okay.
for a Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
It's a D10.
Even
Okay.
better.
Yes. All right. Let's see. That's 16 damage.
With a great groan, the ice stalks just fall back and close as the beast just slumps down as it dies. And in the process, the giant frogs suddenly explode, leaving a very bewildered and confused and gooey ominous in their place.
I think we're all gonna need a massive shower after this.
I think someone needs trip to doctor.
Okay, runs over, starts curing wounds.
I done blowed up the frog, Mommy. Don't want to go to school today.
You did good, love.
Finland! Whomp. I am currently at 7 hit points.
Oh, jeez.
So close!
Again, I was hoping the frog would blow up while I was in it, because that was going to be really funny.
Bad news. Fire resistance.
Damn it!
See, I had two choices when it came to the Wall of Force thing. I could either do Wall of Force, which I consider to be funnier, or I was going to cast Heat Metal on Francine. Which would hurt her, but also make that thing take damage while it was holding on to her.
Oh god, that's a source of much confusion and arguments.
Yes, it is. But the Wall of Force thing was funnier.
It's at this point you realise what has become of Aiden. As you can see, Ridiculous, as having grabbed him and pulled him away from combat, and now thought he'd give him a good slapping. You are no druid! This could have been avoided!
Shifrost is busy casting prestidigitation, especially on Cyrano,
Huh.
to clean him up.
One moment I heard knocking.
When you get forcibly entered into Frog's stomach, it does leave mark.
Yeah.
I had to step away and pause the recording. Had the delivery. So, summary of what just occurred?
Well, basically, Shifrost made some good berries and offered them up mostly to Cyrano and Omnius.
Yep.
So if nothing else, it could get the taste out of their mouth of frog. But also, each good berry, out of the 10 good berries, they restore a hit point each. I mean, you know.
Mhm.
It's around this time the conservation team just turns up. So many workers, and they're looking at horror at the scene of a brutalized frog of exploded frogs, and a very angry Ridicule continuing to slap Aiden.
Not to my circus, not to my monkeys.
It is at this point one of the team actually looks more like an admin person. Just approaches the team, hands them a big bag of basically marked with swag. Your payments. Ridicule just now checking Aiden, who's kind of unconscious at the moment. Thank you for your services in showing this did not get any more worse than it could have. Now please take this child out of my sight. We got major cleanup to do.
This was a fun trip. We should go to more zoos often.
You call this fun?
Yes, I got to actually do what I was designed. And I made a good friend in Stibbins.
Hello, I am Stibbins.
Hello, I'm Francine.
I'm Bitsy.
Nice to meet you, Bitsy, but I thought you were Cyrano.
Okay, I'm burning my last 2 spell slots and casting Healing Word twice on Cyrano to get him out of this state.
Oh, God.
My last 2 level 1 spell slots there.
Did we blow up a frog?
Yes.
Okay, good.
You blew it up from the inside, and then Shifrost used Wall of Force to get you out of Frog.
Huh. It's almost like Wall of Force is the greatest spell ever.
Almost. We have access to Prismatic Wall. No, I mean nothing.
Next time we go to a zoo, we're skipping the frog exhibit.
I would say we skip bringing idiots along.
Yeah, the sad part is he probably still hasn't learned his lesson.
We must feed the animals.
I'm going to feed him to sheep.
I feel like that would solve a whole host of problems.
We ask you to not feed the sheep. We keep on a specialized catered diet to them. We ask that you do
I
not...
mean, he is wrapped in shrubbery. He comes with own garnish.
We've already told
He had
We already told you they eat meat.
he's
Yes.
he's meat with 11 secret herbs and spices.
He's junk food and you know it.
11 herbs and spices.
Get that idiot off my island.
You know, we cannot restrain him once we leave. He can come back.
What's your plan for this? But get him away from here for now.
Shifross is going to go into chicken form and roost on Aiden's shoulder.
Huh.
Anytime Aiden says something about freeing animals, Shifross is going to peck him. Shifross may wear out his beak.
Let's just say he's got a beak ache not before long. Anything anyone wants to do, or shall we wrap this up?
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
So it's you drag Aiden to the teleport circle outside. You head back home, back to the guild. I imagine you're putting in request in case of never accepting an order from this idiot again. Yeah, more bemused and hard off members of the party have go to rest. And there, among the mail that arrived while you were away, is a letter with a familiar seal on it, a purple wax seal of a winged mouse. And investigating it is the invitation to a celebration on Newchester by Lady Kiki. You don't need to bring anything, just bring yourselves and plan for a good time involving good company, good food, and dancing. And there we rise, leave things off. So, until next time, be good, be well, and stay away from idiots who believe in freeing the animals when they don't need freeing and involving giant frogs. Later!
Ooh. Later.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.